What's up, my people? In the van, because it's 0 degrees with the wind chill right now. Here's the print. We got some land clearing here. One house going in. The property is about 250 foot wide, 531 feet long. So it's this box right here. Here's the road. I'm sitting right here in the van right now, or where my finger is. Originally, I wasn't, but the homeowner wanted the driveway in the center, come and visit the site, and obviously things change. And the good thing is this is a blank canvas. It's all thicket. We're gonna come in with a mulcher head on a skid steer and mulch this thing down, and then we can place the driveway where we want. The house is gonna be back here, about 300 foot. We're contracted to do 200 foot and 200 foot by 400 foot clearing. Leave all the big trees, just take all the scrub brush out, and then we could see what we got, where we're going to place the driveway. I think we're going to go in right here, and I'll show you that in a bit, why I made that decision. We're going to have a buffer of thicket on each side, because like I said, it's 250 wide. We're going to give a little bit just to give privacy for now, and things can change as we go along. All right, let's take a look at the property here. All right, so this is the road frontage right here, the 250 foot. After reviewing this, like I said when I first came on site, we were supposed to do this project back in late November. This is also a YouTube fan that got a hold of me after I did the horse barn. We were gonna come here, but the project, you know, with the paperwork, the land being closed and all that, it finally went through last week. It took that long, but needless to say, winter happened, and well, it's still cold now, but there's no snow. So originally, when I talked to Dave, the homeowner, the driveway was gonna go through the center, and we walked the land and said, you know what, why don't we hug one side or the other? And as you see, if we hug down here to the right, got a house here, and there's a big transition here. There's a lot of big trees. So we're like, nah, it's not, you know, not liking it. As we get back in, it opens up a little bit better, but you know, why add cost to the budget? We're trying to keep everything as low as we can for the homeowner. And when we go to cut the driveway, and if we got to take big trees down, and there's a transition change with the swales on the side, creates more cost. So after walking it, and as I was leaving, I looked to the right, and I noticed over here there's no trees where my van is, and the transition is flat going in. So I called him up and I said, hey, go back up there and take a look. And he did, so we marked it out. And so we are gonna come in here with the driveway, which is so much better. But look how thick this is. This is why we need a mulcher. We're gonna mulch all this down. And like I said, mulch in between all the big trees, not taking down any big trees, just making it clean, neat, mulch it up, and get a playing field of what we can see. And once this is clear, then we can say, okay, we're gonna go down here 50 feet with the driveway and veer around this tree or whatnot. Well, let's walk through the center where we got a path and walk to the back of the property, because again, things are gonna change once we get this cleared. He mentioned he might want to go back a little further with the house. We're just contracted to go 200 foot by 400 foot with the clearing. That's enough to give septic. The house originally was going to go at 300, but we may be going back further. He had mentioned to me yesterday on the phone. So let's walk through, see what we got. You can see how thick this is. Tons and tons and tons of vines. There's vines wrapped in all these trees, the big vines. So hopefully it's not going to be an issue with the mulcher. And we'll go from there. We got a Fecon head coming on a Bobcat. Couldn't use my KUBOTA skid steer. They wouldn't allow it, insurance reasons, because I don't have a forestry package windshield on the KUBOTA. So I had to get the whole setup from them, which I didn't expect to. And I had talked to them back in November, and they said it was fine, but now all of a sudden it's not. So as you see how thick this is, we're gonna walk back to this rock wall. This rock wall is like a boundary line to where the house was gonna start originally, and I think that's my 300 foot mark. And once this is all clear, driveway in, we gotta get a test for septic design, do some perk holes. Hopefully it's conventional. Save some money there, not have to bring in some fill. Here's the rock wall. This is about 300 foot back. Might be able to utilize some of those rocks later on. We got ribbons here. A lot of deer sign, I tell you that. There's a hand dug hole for a perk test, but so as you see those hemlocks there, we're gonna come down here with the driveway and then probably come in this way after. And let's just walk past back here. I didn't walk any further than this before because we weren't going back any further, but he mentioned house might go back down in here. So let me walk through here and I'll get with you. Yeah. All right, I just walked out. Man, is it cold out today. So obviously in the woods is a totally different game than excavating out in the open. You know, you got to always look up above. Look for dead limbs, dead trees, all, you know, we call those widowmakers. They come down, they whack you, you're done. So it's a different game. Get everything cleared and go from there. Waiting on the mulcher and the skid steer supposed to be here around between 10 and noon. So I'm just waiting. Oh yeah. Don't you just love it when you come back from lunch and there's a brand new Fecon Mulcher sitting in the driveway? Oh yeah, she's a newski, never been used before. Let's get to it. Let's hit this wall of brush. All right, let's get rocking and rolling here. Gotta learn the mulcher, first time in one, so no better way to learn it than to run it. I don't know how it's gonna do in these vines, but so far, so good. Just take my time. Look for rocks as I go. Definitely see why you need the bulletproof That thing is awesome. I'm gonna have to look and invest in one of these bad boys. Well, we only got the tip of the iceberg started. I'm gonna work my way, just as you saw, just nice and slowly, work my way back in. Big trees like that, I'm gonna go around for now, even though that's gonna be in the driveway. I just don't want to dull them teeth out. Yeah, getting it done. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hang on 1 second. About 4 o'clock, and we're back to that rock wall just about. This is just a rough pass, knock it all down. I've been taking my time getting these vines out, and a lot of debris. We'll do a final comb through after I get everything knocked down, and then we'll just go back and forth on this lightly and mulch it up a little bit more. There's going to be stuff like this, these logs and whatnot, and some other trees maybe they have to be taken down. But for the most part, the driveway comes in, got a little couple trees there that have to come down. We can snake in here. It's pretty open for that part. But there's dead stuff laying on the ground. you know, all that stuff has to be picked up, maybe put it in a burn pile or something. Don't know yet what we're gonna do there. This is just phase 1 on the project. Just get this opened up so we can see. And we can see, look at that, huh? Couldn't see my van before from here. Nice and nice. I am loving that Fecon. I'm gonna have to price one out. Gonna have to price one. The KUBOTA will handle it well too, because this is actually 1,000 pounds lighter than mine. I thought it was bigger. It looks bigger. I mean, the tail end, but I just looked at the specs. Everything's holding up nice here. Looking good. Hit a couple rocks, but can't see them, you know. I know I got this big rock wall right here. We could go through right there where the rocks aren't there tomorrow and get the rest of this. But I got this little clump here for the rest of the day. Let me get you up in the air. All right, I lied. You're in here with me. The drone was, it's so windy today. It's not gonna stay up there, and it keeps saying too windy and yada, 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 whatever. Finish the day out with me. I only got this little patch here. Get this thing down. Windshield's really dusty. Can't believe the amount of sticks I just took off the back of this thing in the roof. Let me swing us around so we don't have the sun on our camera. I'll come in from the other angle, you'll be able to see better. Bear with me. There we go, that's better. Imagine for you guys. Say what, anybody works for Fecon, get a hold of me. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Or if anybody knows anybody. Definitely interested in one of these. Something I feel a market, you know. It only takes one guy and no labor to do this. Sit in the machine and knock it down. Does well for all the vines I have to deal with. The only problem with the vines is you gotta, like I said, look up above you, because you're pulling those vines and you'll pull a big branch right down on this machine. So you gotta pay attention to that. Dead tree here. You don't want to tip this thing towards you. Tip it away like that, like I am curling the bucket, because that stuff blowing out the bottom, like so. And then curl it up so you blow it right in the windshield. Now look at that big chunk I took out of there. So just keep riding it, she'll fall down. Then take your piece down here, work it back and forth. That tree was quite dead. Sure, you want the forestry plexiglass windshield, because you'll break it. I would have broke the KUBOTAs. I know I would have. I had some good amount of sticks coming into this thing. Well, up on the stump. foot, to tell you the truth. That's a good day, man. Been going non-stop though. Man, that thing nails it, huh? I'm really impressed how I can get close to trees and just trim vines like this. I'll raise this up, and then I can get close to the trees over here, and without hitting them, you can really clean up things. You know where, you know, there's a good sense of where that barrel is turning. Pretty impressed. For me, just being in it today for the first time ever, and be able to have the feel of, you know, where it is, where you ain't digging in the ground and doing all that nonsense. Just gonna do a quick measure to see what we got off the road here to that rock wall. $298, pretty dang good. 298 foot. Wow, look at that van, huh? She looking pretty. I put a lot of work in that van this week. I put new front shocks, new right side leaf spring, greased the whole bottom. She's a purring. Got the new tranny last year. All right, enough about the van here. All right, guys, I'm gonna upload this for you, get her out to you. I know you guys been jonesing for a video. It's been a little while, but had to take a little break. You know what I mean? Wanted to film the stuff on the van, but just got to get it done sometimes, you know? Can't look all pretty on camera. All right, guys, catch ya. Oh yeah, I got a merch store now. You guys can get all your Dirt Boss apparel. Forgot to tell you guys that I did a community post. Not many people seen it, so link is in the description. There's a link on the home page if you're on a PC. Go to the about page. There's links everywhere. Just you can find some stuff, browse around. You don't have to buy nothing, just browse around. And I know it's at the end of the video, so most of you won't see it, so I'll mention it in the next video in the beginning. Thanks, guys, appreciate it. Have a good one. Searching and searching for my other camera on the tripod. I found it. The mulcher, got it. Oh my Lord. It's over.